Where do you want to go? Where are you now? And what's getting in your way? These are questions that were posed to me a few years ago at a leadership seminar that I attended. The question of where do you want to go was relatively easy for me to answer because it's fun to dream and think of what could be. The question of where are you now, on the other hand, was a little harder for me to answer. You see, to answer the question, where are you now, in relationship to where do you want to go, required that I acknowledge some of my shortcomings, ways I was failing or in my mind not measuring up. Add to that the question of what's getting in your way, and for me, some shame started to kick in. Phrases like, at this point in your life, you should be blank. You shouldn't have done blank in your past as it's hindering your goals. The narrative of shame was and is brutal. Luckily, my hunger and hope to get where I wanted to go motivated me enough to push through the shame I was experiencing over where I was and what was in my way. So how did I do that? What was the magic trick to push shame aside and start moving forward? The answer was quite simple: acceptance. We often associate the word acceptance with tolerance, but it's quite different. One of the best definitions of acceptance I have heard is from Doctors Henry Cloud and John Townsend, and it's this: acceptance is to be wholly seen and wholly loved. It's this idea that my value and worth is not dependent on my actions, that I can accept myself, that others can accept me exactly as I am, imperfect, messy, strong, and beautiful. Once I laid a foundation of acceptance for myself, I was able to answer the questions, where are you now and what's getting in your way, with complete honesty, which took a lot of courage and vulnerability. From there, I asked myself, now what? What are we going to do about this? What do I need to do to move past these barriers and get to where I want to go? I call this whole process taking an inventory. And I think it is vital in the journey of holistic fitness, getting stronger physically, mentally, and emotionally. I can't improve my physical health if I'm not willing to take an honest look at where it's at currently. I can't grow in my mental and emotional health until I have the courage to ask the question, how am I doing really? For some, the process of taking an inventory might feel easy. For others, like me, it requires a great deal of courage that must be built on a foundation of acceptance. So let me leave you with this. As your coach, I accept you, just as you are, imperfect, messy, strong, and beautiful. There's nothing you need to do or say to earn my acceptance. It is something I offer to you as your friend, regardless of how much you participate in this program. My hope is that you will hear my words, embrace them, internalize them, and use them to lay a strong foundation that will give you the strength and courage to take an in-depth inventory. And that through it all, you'll be motivated by the hope of what could be.